John Harbaugh, the first-year head coach, with the rookie quarterback, Joe Flacco, getting his first taste of the playoffs. Tony Sparano barely edged out in the Coach of the Year voting. That went to Mike Smith of the Atlanta Falcons. And here comes Joe Flacco looking for Derek Mason. This is the third play on the Ravens' opening drive. It's 18 yards, and Ryan gets that. Flacco gets that first completion. LaRon McClain, a big fumble here, stripped by Paul Salih. Joey Porter recovers.
Peasy or Wheezy or whatever his name is.
Peasy for Porter.
I always get confused.
Here comes Pennington to Patrick Cobbs, who picks up 30 yards down to the Ravens 9.
Ravens did a great job, though, stiffening at the goal line. They hold the Dolphins to just 3 to kind of limit that swing of momentum.
And there you see Pennington under duress from Jared Johnson. And then Ronnie Brown stuffed here for no gain.
Nada, you get nada. Haloti.
Line it up and kick it.
Kicking the field goal here. Second quarter now. Game tied at 3. And it's Pennington looking deep. But Ed Reed comes up with the pick. And Reed's not done. Reed turns around. And this is why he's so athletic once he gets the ball in his hands.
He is. And the thing about it, he's a guy that also can return punts for you. And you saw that he's shown you that return ability. That's what makes this guy such an explosive player.
Better than 1,000 yards on returns.
Look at the block right here.
Of interceptions.
Haloti nada.
Nada. You'll get nada.
Boom. Boom. Knocks Ted Ginn Jr. off his feet. Ravens on top 10-3. Ravens and Joe Flacco not afraid to put the rock in the air. And you know he's going to go to a security blanket. And Derek Mason battling that separated shoulder for most of the second half of the season.
Just a great veteran.
Yeah.
Playing through an injury. Loves the sideline routes. And there you saw the big arm of the rookie, Joe Flacco.
And Mason getting both feet down. They checked it upstairs. The play stood. It led to a field goal. Third quarter, Pennington picked off by Fabian Washington. Tough throw to try to make there.
Yeah, again, when you have coverage where you have these guys that are all over your wide receivers because they do play press coverage. Remember, Washington, he was a bust by the Raiders, but this guy was a very fast football player. He's in a system that really works for him.
Another Dolphin turnover. Patrick Cobbs is stripped by Marcus Douglas. T-Sizzle, Terrell Suggs with the recovery. And Douglas pops it out before Cobbs goes out of bounds. Tony Sparano, they only turned the ball over 13 times all season long in the regular season. Had issues today. Flacco to Mark Clayton for a first down. And LaRon McClain goes in from 8 away. Remember, McClain had that big 82-yard scamper against the Cowboys to seal that game. Ravens on top 17-3. The tuna, he's seen enough. Dolphins down their next possession on a 1st and 15. All right, let's get back to what we do here. Ronnie Brown, determined. 23 yards to the Miami 47.
This was an impressive drive, but it was basically the only highlight of the day for this Dolphins offense.
Pennington now again, who does a nice job of pulling it down. Pennington 7 for 7 on this particular drive. And 2 plays later, this is on a 2nd and 12. Ed Reed again. Right there. The Ravens, for Reed's career, they're 8-0 when Reed has 2 interceptions. Looked like his knee was injured there, but Reed back in the game. He actually had an opportunity for a third. It slipped right through his hands. This young man, Devon Bess, has had a tremendous season. He's been a spark plug for the Dolphins. Goes 45 yards there to the Ravens' 5-yard line. And then you know it's playoffs when Ronnie Brown makes a catch like this.
This is an incredible
Unbelievable.
catch. Wow.
That's a running back.
Great concentration from Brown. He had 10 rushing touchdowns during the season. That's his first receiving touchdown. Remember, he also threw for one early on. Anthony Fasano out of that Wildcat. Pennington steps up to Brandon London for 10 yards. 2 plays later,
momentum.
it's right on a 2nd and 2. Ricky Williams. And Williams inside the 30 for a first down.
How about Ray Lewis coming in there, busting through, making a play, causing havoc, fumbling the football. That was the nail right there.
Well, those are the mistakes you just can't have here. And the big play is Pennington again ends up incomplete on 3rd and 26.
And
Dolphins
forced to punt.
They had to punt there, coming up on 4th and 26. Willis McGahee.
What you talking about, Willis?
Who was quiet for most of the game, but not here. 48 yards down to the Dolphin 4.
We saw this a couple weeks back, didn't we, in Dallas?
We did. And I have to confess, I was watching with Dion, and he told me right before that happened, I'm telling you right now, dudes, they're going to pop one. And Joe Flacco, you see him taking it in for the touchdown. Game over.
I tell you what, this rookie quarterback, Joe Flacco, he's got some wheels. A lot of people, because he's so tall, they don't expect him to be able to move as quickly as he can.
He's a much better athlete than I think people give him credit for. But again, the numbers aren't flashy. Just 9 of 23 for 135 yards, but no huge mistakes. He had time to throw the football, doesn't force it into coverage, and if he's forced to throw the ball away, he's more than happy to do so.